Hey everybody, I hope you're having a really great day. I wanted to show you something kind of quick and easy today and something fun to do. I love buttons, and this is my button jar. I remember my grandma having a button jar, and that button jar is now my mom's button jar, and I'm hoping that one day it will be my button jar. But my sister and I will probably have a fight over that button jar. I love using buttons for my projects. I use them to, I use them on my little handmade flowers, and you can see those there. These are the flowers that I showed you how to make my envelope flowers, the flowers from the inside of envelopes. And I also like making my own buttons. This is a Jennibellie style button. Jennibellie is, she has a wonderful tutorial about making cardboard buttons, handmade buttons. So you'll definitely want to check that out, and I will put that in my video description box so you can check that out. This is one of Jennibellie's ideas too. This is a Jennibellie button. This one is totally finished, and it just makes, buttons make great embellishments. And I know you can go to craft stores and you can buy buttons, but I think it's really fun to collect them. And this is a good example. These came from a purse that I had picked up at the thrift mart because it was covered with buttons. These came from jewelry, and these also came from jewelry. My sweet cousin gave me some of these buttons, and the rest of them I've just collected. Chris had a pair of shorts this morning that he was chucking away because they were completely ripped up, and I took the buttons off that and put them in my button jar. So buttons are great for embellishments. They're wonderful for art. They're great to put in the middle of a flower. They're wonderful to use as closures on the little Midori style notebooks, not Midori, the Dos notebooks that I make. And I thought I would take you through just a couple techniques about how to make your own flowers for your personal art projects. What I really like to do is take a text page from an old book, and then I glue that onto any sort of light cardboard. My favorites for light cardboard are pizza boxes or spaghetti boxes or something like that. Any kind of light cardboard. And then the next thing that you'll want to do is paint that same cardboard. So you want to just paint it with plain acrylic paints. Do whatever you want to it. You know, we're talking about paper, and when we talk about paper, we think, well, I need to go buy some paper, and really you don't need to go buy some paper. This is a good example. I purchased rawhide shoes for my dogs, and they don't get these very often. These are like big time treats. But this is the top of that rawhide shoe bag that I painted because I liked the weight of the paper. So again, you know, you don't have to go out and buy paper to make stuff. Just look around your house and use what you have. I have a couple of small little templates that I made because I like my buttons to be a specific size. And all we do is trace around here. Okay, so that is the bottom of our button, and we're going to give that a cut. This particular text page is from a Hercule Poirot book by Agatha Christie. I'm a big Poirot fan. Alright, so this will be the bottom of your button. And then let's take our other template. And I do suggest trying to come up with some templates because your buttons can look kind of funky and wonky if you don't. And if you want to freehand circles, I did kind of an experiment. I freehanded some circles and made some buttons, and then I got very specific about drawing perfect circles for buttons. And then I did a survey and I said, which button do you like, to some of my artsy friends. And of course they like the ones that are kind of wonky and not quite right. It sort of looks cool when they're like that. Okay, so we have the bottom of our button done, and we have the top of our button done. The next thing that we're going to want to do is to punch a couple of holes in the button, in the top of the button and the bottom of the button. So we can do this two ways. You can go ahead and punch it, or you can glue it and punch it. I like to go ahead and punch my holes, and I'll tell you why. Because if you try and punch these holes when the glue is wet on this button, it slides. So I kind of like to punch my holes first. And then I also like to just kind of hit these holes with a marker, and I'll show you why. So we'll do this, and we'll do this. It just kind of makes them show up better. Okay? Now, we can go ahead and glue. And while the glue is drying on this one, and be careful, y'all, because you don't want to use so much glue that you mess up your holes there. We do want to be able to get some thread through there. Okay, and just to make sure that that's in the right spot, I'm going to take a needle and just, let's just make sure that we have it. Yep, see, we got it in the right spot. And it's best to do that just to make sure that you're not gluing those holes together. But isn't that cool? I mean, it's a very nice little button. Alright, so we've got our button made. I'm going to let this one dry, and the next thing that we want to do is to just put some, now I'm using embroidery floss. You can use whatever you want, and this is some kids embroidery floss I bought. I did buy a huge packet of embroidery floss at my local craft store. If you go down that kids aisle at your local craft store, you will find all kinds of cheapy cool things. But again, not something that you have to go to the store to buy. We all have string around the house, whether it's twine or whether it's, string from a package or ribbon or whatever. Don't worry about going somewhere to purchase something, because you just don't have to. Put your brain to work and find some things around the house that work for you. And now I will tie that off. Tie it off one more time. And we'll cut off the excess. Oh, my scissors. Crazy dull. Wow, really dull. Everything's sticking to me. It's hot up here. Okay. Yikers. I gotta get some more scissors, y'all. Okay. So that is our little text button. Can you see that? Here. I'm not in a position where I can change the camera. There we go. Can you see it? They're so neat, and I love them, and I use them for all kinds of things. So that is it, guys. A very, very easy little text page button for you today that you can use on books or for your art journal pages or as embellishments for the middle of your envelope flowers. So have fun with it, y'all, and I will see you the next time. Thank you so much.